Hello YouTube, how you doing? In today's video I want to take you to a customer's house. It was a beautiful day on this particular day when I went to do this job. This is out the front that I look after the lawns for, and they've asked me to do a scarification job. So whilst you won't see it at the beginning, I do cut the lawn, can be up to 3 times, which I call a triple cut if the lawn's really bad. But if it's a well-maintained lawn, you could maybe just do one pass. I went down on this particular lawn as low as a number 2. I think you can go down to a number 1 if it's really level, but any lower than a number 2 on this particular lawn and you will hit off all the ups and downs, undulations that there are, high spots and any ant hills and any other. So personally I don't go below number 2 generally with the Hater roller mowers. I've now got the Weebang I'll be using in the future. I haven't used it yet, but I will be using it, the Weebang mower, which doesn't have the roller on it, which I think will be more helpful for this type of job that I'm working on, certainly in regards of picking up the swath or the thatch. So why do we scarify lawns? In this case I'm using a verti slitter, which in my opinion does pretty much the same thing as a scarifier with the tines, the spring rate type tines on it. So what scarification does is it removes the moss and the thatch and stoloniferous growth, that's like the side shoots of the grass. It also chops up the perennial weeds, and broadleaf weeds don't like it, like the plantains and bellis. Do apologise, that's my new dog in the background and I've left the door open for him and that's why we can hear him. Right, so that's an overview at the moment, what we're looking at of what I've been doing. Like I said, you have to be careful to avoid objects on the lawn, so clear the lawn of all objects. When I'm doing the lawn I do it in multiple directions with the scarifier, so I go 2 directions diagonally and 2 directions horizontally and vertically and across, so I end up with make 4 passes on most jobs. So in my video vlogs, tips and tricks, I'm trying to give you my advice and opinions as to the best way to do things. I've been scarifying lawns I think for probably about 20 years. I really enjoy doing it and it really does make a difference to the lawns. So as I said, I like to mow it on a number 2 a few times. Scarification or dethatching of a lawn or turf is the mechanical process, whereas the turf and the subsurface of the lawn or sports pitch is vigorously abraded by penetrating metal blades. Sometimes you want to set them so they're not too vigorous, because some lawns are quite bad. They're just all moss and you'll end up with no lawn, but that comes basically with experience. The process is usually carried out by mechanical machines of a professional standard, which are normally powered by petrol engines. There are smaller, less vigorous electrical machines are also available for the domestic market. The process of scarification is designed to remove thatch from lawns. Thatch is the build-up of an organic matter which can include dead grass, leaves, stems, stolons, rhizomes, and overcrowded grass roots and lateral weed growth. Thatch can stifle growth and the health of grass and or turf. Removing the thatch helps the grass by encouraging it to thicken up and also makes it stronger and less susceptible to disease. Reducing thatch levels increases the level of water, air and nutrients that can get through to the root zone of the grass plants. Significant thatch problems in lawns can cause disease and can encourage moss to grow in the areas where the grass has died. Of course, a byproduct of scarification or dethatching is that moss is also removed, and depending on how deep the scarifying blades are set, root cutting can also occur, and this in turn helps the grass thicken up over time. Scarification is normally carried out in the autumn or in the spring. When scarification or dethatching, when you are scarifying or dethatching a lawn, not all thatch should be removed, as a small amount of thatch can be beneficial to the lawn. A lawn that has excessive thatch may feel spongy when trodden upon. After removing thatch, it can be swept or raked up using the lawn sweeper. I use a leaf blower and put it in piles and use the grabbers and put it in the bags, or mow it up using the lawn mower. Seems to be quite good, which is why I've got a new mower to do that. Really hope this video is of value to some of you. Why should I scarify my lawn? Scarification refers to the process of using a tool to clear matted grass and moss from the surface of your lawn, and lightly open up the ground to add air and improve growth. Verticutting is similar, that's what I do, though it has less impact on the soil itself. That depends on where you set the blades, really.
Steven's garden surface got it down, cutting grass all over town. He's got the skills to make you smile, tending borders with that Robin style. Like and subscribe to Gardener Show, watch him prune and watch him mow. These are flying rakes in hand, creating beauty where we once stand. He's got a tune for every shrub, weeding out the pesky grub. From dawn till dusk he's on the move, clearing rubbish in one smooth groove. Weeding out the pesky grub. From dawn till dusk he's on the move, clearing rubbish in one smooth groove. Like and subscribe to Gardener Show, watch him prune and watch him mow. Leaves are flying, rakes in hand, creating beauty where we once stand. He's got a tune for every shrub, weeding out.
Right, there we go. Bit of after scarification. Right, so I scarified this one in about four different directions, and then I look after it for the rest of the year. So today we had a nice little scarification job for Steve-O. I've just finished. There you go. Scarified all that. I'm out of breath, so I've been rushing around as you do. Scarified that bit. I think I made a good job of that. I'm pleased with that. Got a few bags of moss and scarification remnants. I've just got to pack up. Take you around the back and have a look. Love this garden, favourite one, this one, to work in anyway. Nice and quiet, not get disturbed. Nice cup of coffee, what more could you want? There you go, that's all done. I should think I'll be back here in 2 weeks to check on it also.
On the move, clearing rubbish in one smooth. Growing a rose with the flick of the wrist. Every garden's now on his list. He makes it green, he makes it glow. Steven's magic works like whoa.